Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Woo Woo Wednesday, where I share my intuitive insight and weekly wisdom with you through the use of oracle cards. I am so excited to join you. I'm Brit Carmichael, the founder of Shine School and the Shine from the Inside Oracle, where I empower women to break free of the fear that stops them from shining their light. I help women find clarity in their purpose and really step into their power to shine their light and share their authentic gifts with the world. So getting to be on here every single week for Woo Woo Wednesday, bringing you this wisdom brings me so much joy, because when I see that aha moment, when a woman realizes like, oh my gosh, I've been doing that to myself, or I have the power to change, or I can reclaim responsibility, that is literally what lights me up. So I'm so excited to be bringing you a message this week. Now, I want to just say I've been pulling some cards from this Sacred Destiny Oracle for all of my coaching clients, because I'm working with high-level leaders who are making a big impact on the planet. And so the question of who am I and how am I here to serve? What kind of legacy do I want to leave behind really comes into question, especially as we start to get outside of our comfort zone and there's literally no blueprint. We have to rely on our own intuition to create this next chapter in our life. This Oracle deck has been bringing a lot of wisdom to my clients. So I'm going to be pulling some cards from both the Shine from the Inside Oracle and the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So I'm going to put that off to the side. I'm just going to take a moment to say hello to everyone who is watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know where you're watching from and what your zodiac is. I want to know who we're playing with today. We just recently had a new moon in Aquarius, so this is all about standing in your bold authenticity, letting your freak flag fly, and making a courageous change. You know, Aquarians are all about radical thinking, and they're the humanitarians of the group. So they're really about bringing this positive change, this massive impact of inspiration, of radical thinking and doing things in new ways. So you can expect over the next month during Aquarius season that you're going to feel more aligned with who you authentically are. You're going to feel called to speak your truth. You're going to be asked to stand firm with boundaries up, knowing what you believe in. So this may come as a challenging time for you to really lean into who you authentically are. So if you've been having a little bit of trouble with that, those are going to be highlighted this month so that you can really get comfortable standing your ground. So shout out to all my Aquariuses. Let me know if that's you. I'm married to an Aquarius, so I know a thing or two about those radical thinkers, and we really need you. The world needs your ideas, so keep dreaming big. Okay, so let's take a moment to tune in. Ooh, how are we feeling? I want everyone to take a nice big deep breath in, fill up those lungs, and then let it all go. We're going to just do that a few more times so that we can ground our energy. We can tune into our intuition. We can create that quiet space internally so that we can really get clear on what we need to pay attention to over this next chapter in Aquarius. How can we show up and be our unique self? What magic, sparkle magic do we bring to the table that we can make a difference? So let's take a nice big deep breath in one more time together collectively. Imagine that white light filling up your aura and bathing you like a waterfall as you exhale, sending all your energy down to the earth, giving yourself permission to just be present, to be here. So if you're with us, I'm going to pull up the comments. I'm going to say hello to everyone. And I want to know, what is it that we are letting go of this week? What are we making space for so that we can really lean into our authenticity? Hello, gorgeous goddess. Hi, Leanne. Hello, everyone. I'm a Scorpio. What? Cap Sun, Leo Moon, Virgo Rising. Oh my goodness. There's a whole lot going on in that one. Woo, girl, star of the show. Hello, everyone. Hello, Prina, Anna, the hair. Yes, I know. I feel like I need a perm. Hello, Ryan. Ashley's in the house. Canada. Oh, I've missed you too. Virgo in Washington. What up, Sagittarius? Vic's in the house. Soultopia. What up, everyone? So good to see everyone. All right. Hello. Look at all these beautiful souls. All right, everyone, if I can get I'm ready, some hearts in the chat, let me know, and we will get this party started. I'll pull some cards. Okay, this has been so much fun. Just tuning in with everyone, just catching up. All right, let's do it. Aquarius in Eastern Kentucky. What's up, my Aquarian sister? Okay, so first I'm going to start with the Shine from the Inside Oracle. We're going to pull some cards to really figure out how can we own our How can we own our authenticity in this cycle, in this season? So I'm going to pull these cards out with that intention that we really tap into our weird ass quirky self. I want you to do something different this month. Here's your challenge. Here's your Aquarian challenge. I want you to create or do that bold move that you've been thinking of, whether it's making your hair crazy or wearing that colored lipstick or buying a new outfit or not using toxic shopping as a medication. I want you to make a bold, radical move that is going to make a difference in your life. Maybe it's something to do with you physically or personally. Maybe it's a choice that you make or a decision or a belief or an old habit that we're going to kick out. We're done with this habit. One of my coaching clients, we had this long conversation today about how we need to stop the toxic spending cycle. When we replace one addiction, maybe it's alcohol or drugs or shitty relationships, and we replace it with another addiction. So we have to be mindful of that repeating pattern. So maybe we've given up the alcohol, but now we found ourselves shopping, or eating, or you fill in the blank. It's just a replacement. So one of the tips that I gave her, which I'm going to share this as we're shuffling, is that Chris and I, because we like to get elevated, we have this rule that we add things to the Amazon cart for the month, but we don't purchase it right away. We wait until the end of the month. That way, when we're sound mind during the day, making sure, are all those things that we said we needed from Amazon actually going to serve us? Are they intentional? Will they really, serve their purpose, or is it just one more shiny thing? So I'm going to share that tip with you, and hopefully that helps for anyone who finds themselves overspending. This was something that I found myself doing when I first started getting paychecks in my life for the very first time. I'm going to just check out your comments. Let's see. Still totally clearing out and letting go of what I no longer need. Yeah. Instead of just filling it with more and more and more, let's be intentionable. Y'all, that Mercury shadow is still present because my words have been all kinds of jumbled. Let's be more intentional about our spending, because our money and our dollar is our vote. It's our power. Okay, so we've got one card that's fallen out. Let's get one more. Over drinking coffee. Guilty. Love, love, love the hot drink. So just replace it with tea, that's the thing. It's just one small tweak that could be a little bit better version of the thing that we're already doing. We don't have to make massive, crazy changes, just small little tweaks that consistently over time will bring us closer to our ideal balance, if you will. Okay, let's see. I'm an Aquarius. Well, happy birthday month. All right, what do we need to know during Aquarius season so that we can be confident in being our bold ass self? All right, I've got 2 cards from the Shine from the Inside, and now I'm going to pull one from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. This was a gift from one of my friends and coaching client, Jamie, for my birthday. And it really has proven to be an amazing deck, especially for getting clear on how can we step into our purpose and what are those small, simple action steps or areas that we can focus on that will make radical change and transformation in our life. You know it, Diana W. in Colorado Springs. Oh yes, of course. I can see your harmonious Discord name. I love it. Okay, one last card. What do we need to know during Aquarius season to really be comfortable and confident, to own our authentic self, to know that we deserve to take up space here, that we matter, that we have a purpose? Oop, there it is, that we have a purpose. That was the code word it needed to hear. Okay, are you guys ready for this? I am so excited. I'm gonna get my energy going, warm up my hands. It's actually cold here in Texas for the first time ever. Okay, perfect. Let's go. All right, here we go. The first card for the week. Hello, Miss Lacey. Turn criticism into kindness. Turn criticism into kindness. Now this, we're going to start with ourselves. When we criticize ourselves, we automatically look for judgment in other people. So the way that we turn criticism into kindness is we start with ourselves. It's so easy to just look and pick apart everyone else so that we make sure they're not perfect too, because then we'll be exposed that maybe we have shadows too. When I see this card, turn criticism into kindness, it really starts with ourselves. What are you saying to yourself internally that is beating yourself up, that is berating you, that is making you feel bad? Because here's the thing. This was the most liberating thing I ever learned about myself, is that I was the only one in my mind talking shit about myself to myself. It wasn't anyone else outside of me. And yeah, sure, there were some haters that had some things to say, but the real truth is the one that I feared the most, the voice that I feared the most, that dictated the way that I felt for the day was my own fucking internal dialogue. And it was pretty nasty. It was pretty negative. It was pretty mean. And it wasn't until I got clear with myself and recognize that I'm the one talking shit to myself internally. And when I started to clean up the way that I was speaking to myself, it naturally shifted the way that I started speaking and thinking about others. So when I stopped shit talking myself and looking for all the ways to beat myself up, I then started to look for ways that I could compliment myself or create a little love and appreciation. And in doing so, that really just naturally started occurring when I was with other people. So I would find myself when a client would sit in my chair, instead of just like, gross, I don't like her shoes, I would then look and be like, wow, I can really tell that she put a lot of thought and effort into that eyeliner today. I'm going to give her a compliment on that. I started noticing the little nuances about all the beautiful uniqueness, the eccentricities that my clients would come in with. And that gave me the space to even recognize their unique sparkle magic. So when I stopped judging my own unique magic, it gave me this new perspective to look at other people through, to recognize that they are hurting too, that they're probably their own worst critic and enemy. So how about I be the one to break the cycle and offer that kindness? So can you break the cycle with yourself? Stop talking shit to yourself. Be more kind to yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself those compliments. I was at the photo shoot where I was getting my, why the product of my hair is from this photo shoot that I was asked to be a part of this weekend. And here's a crazy story. I was definitely the oldest one in the room. Okay. So for the first time in my life, turning 37 this year, I was like, wow, I'm like, quote, the old person now, which I'm not old. I'm fucking like young and fly and all that. But for the first time I felt that way. I was like, wow, all these like younger girls in here. But the thing is, all that to be said, is that the younger girls really struggled with the way they looked. And it blew my mind, because I'm like, girl, at 26, like, y'all looking fly and you don't even realize it. And I remember how mean I was to myself at 26. The reason why I do the work at 36 is because of the version at 26 that I was, because I was bitch-y, because I was that meanest critic to myself, is the exact reason why I stand here today and say that cycle will never stop. Well over 200 pounds, all the way down to size 4. I was meaner to myself at size 4. I just had lunch with a girlfriend and she said, I'm down 87 pounds and I've traded my fat phobia, dysmorphic mindset for a whole new set of problems in the same realm. And that's what I told her. It'll never end, no matter what size you get. So you have to learn to be comfortable and confident with who you are and the action and the consistent care that you're showing up and giving yourself every single day. So all of this to be said is that we are our own worst critic, and all that fear and all of that judgment that you're fearing from other people, they're too busy worried about their own self and judging themselves and worried about what you're thinking of them. They're barely even thinking about you. So you've got to take that pressure off and just start to give yourself a little bit more grace, a little bit more love, a little bit more compassion and kindness. Damn, that hit me hard. I started being mean to myself when I haven't received what I have been asking for. If you haven't received what you've been asking for, then it's just more time and space for you to get clearer on what it is that you truly want. So many times where I've been hell bent on, it's got to happen this way, or I want this thing. And I zero in my focus and I'm like, I can only see right between my two eyeballs. I can't see anything else that's trying to make its way into my life, or this new idea, or this new, well, wouldn't this be fun? So if what you're asking for isn't manifesting in your life right now, then that is it's the universe's way of saying, pause, take a step back and reevaluate from a different perspective and ask, well, what is the driving force behind why I'm trying to achieve what I'm trying to achieve? And when we start to relax more into fun and joyfulness and take the pressure off, well, it's got to be it's got to pay my bills right now, or it's got to do this thing, or that person's got to love me because I can't do it for myself. It's going to fill that hole. All of that is going to keep you in that perpetual state of resistance, which it seems so crazy. But when we stop and really get clear on what is it that I really want, that's the question that I've been asking myself this year and all of my clients. And I'll be damned if almost every single person has looked at me like a deer in headlights and said, I don't know. What do you mean? What do I want? No one's ever asked me that. So I'm going to ask you this question right now. What is it that you really want? What is it that lights you up? If we waved a magic wand and there was no financial responsibility, there's no obligations, there's no other people to be involved to how will they feel? What if all of that was gone? what is it that you really want? Like, what is it that you want to be spending your time doing? The more we can start to give ourselves space to answer that question, the more we start to attract the opportunities that will give us that feeling and that experience. But until we get clear on how we want to feel and what it is that we want to create, then it's just going to elude us. So get clear on how you want to feel, and then say yes to the opportunities that start showing up in your life that align with that feeling. And if opportunities are showing up that don't align with that, that's called a fucking test. Okay. That's the universe going, well, let me see if you really are clear in those boundaries. Let me see if you really do want that. When things are hard, it's not the universe being like, well, I guess that wasn't meant for me. That's a cop out. We have to know that sometimes the challenges come, and it's to see our grit, to see our gusto. Are you really committed? Are you going to show up courageously? Are you going to stand firm in the face of adversity and stay true to your beliefs and stay true to what you're passionate about and calling in and standing for? Like, I'm about to take my jacket off, y'all. I'm burning up. I'm blazing. All right. Carry on. I'll just jump off the soapbox real quick. Got to snap out of saying that I'm going backwards, maybe a slight bump in the road, but I am still progressing. Yes. There's no such thing as failing. It's just learning lessons and trying again. Stop trying to make it so hard and pressury. Like, let it be fun. Like, what if it could be easy? What if it could be fun? All right, next card. Journal it out, write how you feel. Well, if this isn't so just damn cute and funny, I knew I was supposed to bring this on for a reason, and it's right here. I'm going to show you this. So when we talk about getting clear on what is it that you want, it's the feeling behind any goal or anything that you're trying to call into your life. If you want a romantic partner, what's the feeling? I want to feel supported. I want to feel intimate. I want to feel seen and acknowledged by someone. I want to feel like someone's treating me like a fucking queen. I want to feel like I have someone to share my life with, right? It's the feelings that you're going to get from that person, but we think it's just that person in the shell that's going to do it for us, or a job or whatever the case may be. So here it is. I have printed so prettily my authentically aligned goal setting guidebook. So you guys have probably seen me post about this over the last month. This is the exact step-by-step process. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Fucking facing fear, name it to tame it, right? Okay, for this exercise, just random page. For this exercise, I want you to remember that you do not have to share this guidebook with anyone, ever, because it's time to get vulnerable. And I can already feel you just clenching up, right? You're going to acknowledge the two biggest things that are your fear and why you fear them. Dig in deep and be real with yourself. If you guys just do this right now, like, we don't even have to go through the whole book, right? There's over 20 exercises. I want you to figure out, what are your two biggest fears right now? What are the two biggest fears that you have? Because when you start to get clear on, and we'll start by this, I fear, ... What do you fear right now? Think about it. What do you fear? Because, all right, I fear success because, ... What is that? I fear ... because ... I want you to find your two biggest fears. What are the first two things that come to mind? When we can start to get clear about what is holding us back, then we can basically like reverse engineer and craft out how we want to feel and the action steps that we want to take to get us in the direction that we want to go. So I'm sharing this with you because writing down, journaling, literally it came up in the cards. The lighting in here it's so bright today. Finally, it was so dark yesterday. Journal it out. This is about you getting clarity. So all these people who are wanting to take action steps, and it's the new year and we feel guilty for not doing new things. Now is the time to get clear in our mind before we move forward. So I'm going to pull one more random page. I mean, this is like bibliomancy. Like, we just open it up. Okay. Bringing it all together. Oof, let's see this. I think this is our visualization section. All right. Focus areas. So here's the deal. In this, okay, it wasn't as like exciting as I thought it was going to be. That we got to the focus sections, which is the most important part. We can only do so much. I want you to pick your top 3 things that you're going to focus on this year. That's what this whole book is designed to get down and boil it down to what is the most important thing to you. So that way you're actually filling your time with it. So I'll share this one last thing before I get to the final card from this Sacred Destiny deck. But this is it. This is our Wheel of Life. These are the main categories that all of us are going to experience, that we're working on creating that balance: wealth, personal and spiritual growth, family and relationships, business and career, playfulness and pleasure, and health. These categories I want you to assess in your life. And this is something we did on the Elevated Life podcast. So this was this exercise essentially is what we taught on the Elevated Life podcast. And we walk you through a visualization process to get clear, to actually create, let me put this back, to actually create time and space thinking about getting clear on what it is you really want in your life. So if you haven't gotten the guidebook already, we do still have the 50% off coupon code through, we've got less than a week left. It goes away at the end of January. So best year 50 for the authentically aligned goal setting guidebook. That's like the longest name ever. I don't know why did I come up with it so long? I'm not sure, but it is what it is. So all of that, we have really been gearing everything we've been talking about this month around it, because I see so many people feeling like they've failed or they haven't hit the mark. They're putting so much pressure on themselves to like, take action. But you're not meant to take action until you have full clarity and journaling it out. How do you feel? What's going on? What do you want to experience? That's going to get you there. So between my goal setting guidebook and the Elevated Life podcast this past week, we are going to walk you through how to design that rich life. How do you create the version of what it is you want to experience for you that feels good for you, no one else? That's the most beautiful part. Now, last card. Actually, questions. Any thoughts on that? Where we talk about, I don't really know what I want in my life. I don't even know what my goals are or what I want. Is that you right now? Put a 1 in the chat if you're like, I absolutely have no freaking idea. I do not know what's going on in my world. Put a 2 in the chat if you're like, you know what? I may not know exactly what's going on, but I know that I want some, I know that there's something. I feel like this internal calling to shift, to do something. Or 3, if you're like, I know exactly what I'm working on. I've got my goals. I've got my 3 focus areas and the next 5 action steps that I'm taking on each one of them. That's how we work when we do coaching. We boil it down to what are 3 main important actions that we want to take and focus on, and how do we break that down into small bite-sized steps to get to that goal. Where are you at? A 2. Okay, so we've got an idea. We're starting to feel like, okay, yep, we got a lot of 2s coming through, 2-ish, okay? So we're like, we know we want something. We're not fully clear. Maybe this is your call to grab your journal, to get your guidebook, whatever it is, it's going to help you start really boiling it down to what is the feeling you want to feel. Now, I haven't looked at this card, but I am so excited because, like I said, when I'm pulling these cards in my tarot readings, my coaching calls, I'm always just like, holy smokes, called out. Like that's what we're focusing on. So this month, Aquarius season, it's about being bold, showing up and serving humanity and making a radical change and difference for the better. So this card, let's see what we pull up today. Woo, okay. Patience. Patience comes up because when you're making bold, massive changes, when you're trying to create a ripple effect, a global ripple effect, it isn't done overnight. Self-love cannot happen overnight. It is a patient process over time. And that's really the most important thing here, is that you pick something that you're so fucking lit up by, that you're so inspired by, that no time frame would stop you from showing up every day and just working towards the goal, committed. It's fucking raining. I'll take a little nap, but I'm still showing up. I'm committed. So patience is going to be required when you have a massive passion, when your purpose is big and here to affect the planet. It just can't be done overnight. There are definitely times where I feel a little frustrated. Like, why hasn't this thing happened? Or like, is it even working? Does it even matter? Do people even care? I mean, I ask myself these questions every fucking PMS cycle. Okay. But the truth is, I always come back to the wisdom of just keep doing what you love, keep doing the work, keep creating. That's the message that's come through over the last couple of years when I've questioned, well, I don't want to do reels. I don't want to get on TikTok. I don't want to, when I'm being like, I'm like a little pouty kid. I hear the same guidance come through every single time. Keep creating, keep creating. So someone hacked and deleted your Instagram, keep creating. Someone copied your shit and wants to call it Shine School, keep fucking creating. Someone fucking made a hacked ass version of your deck that's so ugly, by the way. And if you're going to copy my pretty ass deck, at least make it sparkle. Okay. Like, keep fucking creating, keep creating, keep creating, keep creating. And I feel like there's some past life woundage there. Like, I was killed for my message or like something like that. So the lesson in this lifetime is fuck them. Keep creating. keep creating. The patient part is tough for sure. Hell yeah, that's why patience is a virtue. It's not just for sell at Target. You have to cultivate it. And here's your spiritual 101 hack. Don't fucking ask for patience. Don't do it. You're going to get a lesson. You're going to get an opportunity to cultivate it. Okay. So don't ask for it, because it will show up in the form of a growth experience. Just say, I am grateful that I am patient. Let's just claim it as if we already are that now. And that way we don't have to force ourselves to really learn the lesson. We can absorb it by osmosis, if you will. Let go of control and relax into flow. Keep it rolling. Yeah, I've been pulling that relax card so much lately, if you saw my stories on it. Okay, so patience. Let's recap really quick. And any questions that you have, I want to hear them in the chat. I'm talkative today. I'm in a great mood. Got lots of energy to give. Yesterday I had nothing. I told Chris, we're not recording podcasts. We're not doing anything. And speaking of, really quick, Chris's 41st birthday is coming up in less than 2 weeks. And on his birthday, we're going to launch a podcast where I interview Chris. So if you've ever had questions, if you're like, who is this mysterious Aquarian that shows up on the Elevated Life, but we never see him on social other than that, or in the random, he's driving me everywhere in the car. If you guys have questions for Chris, who's been a hypnotist for almost 25 years, he's worked in the real estate industry. He's a freaking shaman. He knows everything there is to know about health and well-being. He is a wealth of knowledge and information. So I want to know, if you have specific questions for Chris, hit me up with them. Let me know, because I'll be interviewing him next week. All right, let's recap. So grateful for you, Brit. Love you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Always working on patience. Yeah, let's just claim it. Let's just own it. Don't ask for it. I'm trying to help you out. All right. So the first card this week is to turn criticism into kindness, and I'm patient AF. There it is. Boom. That's it. I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm patient. And you know what? You can laugh and be like, oh, that's just bullshit in it. No, you know how I got to where I am today with my own self-love journey? It started with one phrase: I am beautiful. Because the phrase that I used for 20 something years was, I am fat, I am ugly, I'm an asshole, I'm a slut, I'm a blah, 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 blah. So to change that, I chose, I am beautiful. Did I believe it? No. So do you believe you're patient right now? No, probably not. You're like, I'm already impatient. It's just taken too long. It took too long to say it. Anyway, over time, eventually, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful. Every time I heard myself say, I'm fat, I'm lit, I'm this, I'm that, pause or cancel. That was the word I used. Cancel, clear, delete. I am beautiful. Reframing is what it's called. Reframe that negative story you tell yourself about yourself, that shitty label. This is work we do at the retreat. We remove those limiting labels that are framing the way that we think and feel about ourselves. Because that's how you unconsciously project yourself when you walk into the room. If you are holding those negative thoughts and feelings about yourself, and you walk into the room and you're like, yeah, hi, I'm Brittany. I feel fat and nobody likes me and I'm an asshole. People can read that whether you notice it or not. It's like an unconscious stamp in your aura, and people are like, oh, doormat, don't mind if I do, walk right all over you. But when you believe in yourself and your word is beautiful and confident and loving, you walk into the room with that essence and that energy, and people feel that. And they're like, oh, dang, she's she brings the presence. She doesn't need anything. She doesn't need validation. Wow. It's an absolute different energy when you change the game that way. All right, carrying on. Journal it out, write how you feel. It's time to get clear. What the hell do you want? Period. What do you want? Get clear on that, and then take action. Stop taking blind action. Okay. But once you have clarity, then you take messy, aligned action. Did you guys hear that? That's some deep ass shit right there. Stop taking blind action when you don't have clarity. But once you have clarity, take that messy, consistent action. Okay. Last card, patience. Let me know which card is resonating the most with you right now. Is it stopping that inner dialogue, that negative criticism, that judgment towards other people? Is it needing to get clear with yourself and taking time to journal? Like I said, don't miss out on the deal. We still have 50% off on the guidebook, $22, 20 exercises to walk you through the exact steps that I do to get clarity on building my goals and building my dreams. Or is it patience? You have clarity, you're just thinking it's just not here yet, and you're getting impatient. The antidote to this is gratitude. Gratitude will help shift that attitude into patient, into present, and into recognizing that there's always something beautiful to appreciate in this very moment, even if you haven't gotten to that end goal or end destination. All right. So I know so many of you ask, well, I want to know what my cards are. You guys reach out to me all the time after Woo Wednesday, like, what's my card? So I want to let you know that you can book a one-on-one reading with me. I only open up a few spots each month. So you're going to be booking into February if you book now. So you can go to BritneyCarmichael.com/tarot and you can book your one-on-one with me. That way you can get instant clarity and a roadmap. This is the cool thing about a one-on-one reading with me. It's like a hybrid of coaching, and I take all of the 15 years of business knowledge that I've had in running multiple. Actually, we're on our 7th six-figure business, 6 and 7-figure businesses. Some of them I get bored and we just let them go. But it is what it is. I have strategy, I have structure, but I also have an intuitive wisdom that helps to see where those bullshit blockages are in our mindset and in our beliefs in ourselves. So I combine my intuitive wisdom paired with a fucking strategy for success so that you get the best of both worlds. That's what makes me so radically different, not just because I look cute. It's because I actually have business savvy and a spiritual intuitive connection where I can help you in both realms. And that is how we quantum leap forward, right? Okay, so last little bit, I wanted to do something. I'm working with a new platform. As you guys have seen, my branding is changing. We're really fucking going big this year. I actually did the steps in the guidebook. I'm not selling you something I don't do. I was doing the steps to figure out what are my main focuses. And one of the things that came up, which I'm super excited to share, and you'll be seeing a lot more soon, is that we are going to be hosting an entirely new experience in person this year that basically takes the goddess gatherings and my goddess retreat, 6 days and 3 hours, and we're going to blend it together to make this beautiful hybrid baby. We're creating a 1-day mini retreat experience on the summer solstice. So mark your calendar, June 21st. If you've been wanting to make magic with me and you're like, I can't make it to McKinney for the goddess gatherings, which, by the way, February 5th, not this coming, but next Sunday is our first in-person goddess gathering for the year. I'm so pumped. So mark your calendar. If you're local to McKinney, Texas, we'll be meeting 6 p.m. on Sunday, February 5th. So that's our first in-person gathering. Now, as you know, the upcoming goddess retreats, my 6-day luxury experience in Copper Mountain, Colorado. That's coming up in April, the week of 4/20. We'll be meeting on 4/16 all the way through 4/21. We have a few spots left, and I'm so excited to welcome in more of the souls that are signing up and applying right now. It's so cool to see, like, when we're getting closer to the date, the people that have been lingering on the fence, like, oh my God, I absolutely need this. I tried doing it on my own. I need that community. I need that accountability. So I'm welcoming in people. We brought in Tamlin from the Elevated Life Club, someone I actually had the opportunity to meet in person. She said on one of our live master classes, she said, I want to meet you in person. The next month, we were sitting in a restaurant eating dinner in not my hometown because I had to drive an hour to go see her, but we were able to make it work. And it's so incredible now that she'll be celebrating her birthday at the Goddess Retreat. So I'm excited to welcome the souls that want to be a part of that experience. But if you can't make it, if investing in yourself for a 6-day experience isn't quite available to you this year, we wanted to make it super accessible where you're like, I know I want an experience like that, but maybe not the full 6 days. Maybe that's not where I'm at right now. We are creating a 1-day experience for you on the summer solstice. So mark your calendar, June 21st. I am so excited. We're going to bring the Goddess Retreat to the Goddess Gathering and create this magical transformational experience with good food, yoga, meditation, and breath work, and all the fun magic exercises that we do in between at the retreat. Okay, hello, Hair Industry boys, what up? Okay, patient journaling is what Erica needs. Patience is what Ashley needs. All right, so we're all on this beautiful journey together. Aquarius season is about stepping into your authentic magic, being bold, and making a difference in the world. This has been such an incredible reading, pulling through the wisdom that it's time for us to love on ourselves, to believe in ourselves, to really get clear with who we are and how we want to show up and serve in this role that we've chosen. So I'm just so excited to see how all the magic unfolds for you this year. And I look forward to seeing all of the bold moves that you make in this month. So remember, your challenge for Aquarius season is to do something different that you've been feeling called to do. So if it's change the way that you look, change the way that you act, change the way that you think, change the toxic boundaries or the dynamics in a relationship that isn't working. If it's leaving that toxic job or asking for a raise or oh gosh, what is that bold, radical move that you are being called to make this year and this month specifically? Don't hesitate. Give yourself permission to go for it. When you feel that green light, when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so lit up, I'm freaking ready, I want to make this change, just go for it. Give yourself permission to dream big and then take that massive action once you have that inspiration. All right, let me pop over to the comments one more time and just see. It sounds awesome. I know I cannot wait for you guys to experience the summer solstice. I like, you know, when you get so jazzed up about something and you cannot stop thinking about it, you're just like dreaming up all this next thing. I'm like, okay, we could get this band to come perform during dinner. And then I'm like thinking about like, oh, this like cute little like backdrop setup, you know, that's when you know your creativity is back. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, for a while, I've just been like surface level creating, just like doing the things, getting by. I hadn't been fully lit up and fully passionate. And that's why I can sit here and say, if you don't have that lit up from within, you know, maybe it's just not time for you to take action. Maybe it's time for you to rest. Maybe it's time for you to receive. Maybe it's time for you to step back and give yourself a little healing. But when you get hit with that spark of inspiration, don't rest. Give yourself permission to just use that momentum and that energy to make something happen. So I'm finally excited to say I am so lit up by this idea. I can't even fucking sleep because I get all these ideas. And that is a good place to be. So give yourself permission and space to explore, to find that thing that lights you up, and keep at it. Keep creating. That was the message today. No matter what happens, keep creating. We need your magic in this world. Okay, I think I've talked my freaking head off today. Let me know what was your biggest aha today in the reading? What card resonated with you? And if there's anything that you need support on, let me know. Reach out, shoot me a DM, and I look forward to supporting you this year. It's going to be so fun to really tap into the effortlessness of the seeds that we've already planted. Here's this philosophy. I'll leave you with this. You know, I grew up with no money. I grew up in a trailer park, and I watched my dad hustle his fucking ass off. He never stopped. He never felt like he could take a break. He never felt comfort. It was always next paycheck, next paycheck, next paycheck. Okay. And I've adopted that mindset. And a lot of that actually got me through my 20s to build my own business. I left my licensing test at, the beauty school shit. I left my licensing test and went straight into a hair salon and said, I want a booth rent here. She said, can you pay rent? I said, how much is it? She said, $200 a week. I was like, yep. I had no fucking idea. I had no plan on how I was going to do that. I just knew that that was the path that I wanted to take. And that hustle culture got me so far. But what I'm having to reprogram myself and my mind is that sometimes the hard work that we put in our 20s or even our 30s doesn't reflect the same work that we do in our 30s, 40s, and 50s. And you have to readjust your strategy. You have to readjust the way that you approach things. And for me, that readjustment right now is actually giving myself permission to take more time off, to relax a little bit, which I've not ever allowed really for that. And so wherever you're at in your journey, maybe you're like, no, bitch, I'm still fucking grinding it out, like hustling. My advice to you is whether you're still grinding it out and hustling, no matter, or if you're like, yeah, I don't know, I don't know what I'm doing in my life. I'm just here. My advice to you is carve out time for you, carve out time for rest, carve out time for play, even if you feel like it's not possible or that like you can't afford it energetically or financially. Challenge that story that you tell yourself, challenge that hustle culture, and give yourself that permission, even if it's just 5 minutes to fucking unplug, to put the phone down, to not be so reactive and responsive to everyone who's bombarding you in your inbox and your text messages. Give yourself permission to just take a step back, to rest, to relax, and to know that You deserve all of that love that you're trying so hard to give and get from everyone else. If you would just take time to slow down, you would give yourself that time, energy, and love that you so desperately crave from other people. Give yourself permission to fall in love with yourself this year. Give yourself permission to prioritize your health. Make sure that you're spending more time in self-care, whether it's 5 minutes in the morning or friggin', I don't even care. Just meditate. Okay, get some time in meditation. Make sure you're eating clean, drinking water. Give your body the best odds at surviving. Okay, like do good for yourself. All right, I'm getting off my soapbox. I promise. Okay, I can hustle, but I have realized that that is more of a trauma response. I am taking more time to play, create, and plan. I love it. Self-care and pleasures. Monday fun days. Yes, that is definitely my philosophy. Mondays are for healing for me. I'm going to the chiropractor. I'm getting Thai massages, getting my nails done, whatever it is that I need for myself that day. I am making sure Mondays are my healing day. So maybe that's Sunday for you. Maybe that's Saturday for you. Give yourself permission. Give yourself a day every week where you're like, this is my power hour and I am taking care of myself. All right. Whew, that was a big one. Lots of messages, lots of energy coming through. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you know a soul sister who would love this message, please tag them below, let them know. And I so appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. Until then, I will catch you guys next week for Woo Woo Wednesday. If you have any questions about what's come up today, if you have an aha moment that clicks later, please reach out, DM me, let me know. And if you're someone who wants to join us in Colorado, let me know if you have any questions and I'm happy to answer. We have a few spots left for the Goddess Retreat, 420. So fucking pumped to make magic with you guys. And I'm so excited I got to share about the summer solstice experience that will be happening in June. Oh, so much goodness coming your way. I've got free live self-care Kickstart challenge happening in March as well. We're going to be doing so much more. I am so excited to serve you, bring more wisdom, more love, and all the sparkle magic your way. Thank you. Love the woo. Thank you for the woo. You are so welcome. Oh gosh, it's been so great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you being here. I just don't want to go. You know, it's like, Chris always gives me a hard time. He's like, your goodbyes last for 30 minutes. You hug everyone like 15 times and then you talk some more. And then I go to the car and I come back and you're still talking. I feel like that right now. I just love you guys so much. All this good energy, sending you sparkle magic. All right. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you next week. Peace, everyone. Bye.